But I'm glad we did.
Sure.
The question,
Well,
Beth, are we going to stay
around.
out of the crosshairs of these storms?
That is a good question. I'll tell you, we have so much going on in the next 7 days. We actually are going to skip the weather word today because I don't.
Yeah, too
my
much going
brain
on.
is so already busy right now. The evening ahead is really easy for us, friends. Just cloudy. Temperatures holding steady in the low 30s around northern Ohio as we have a pretty potent storm system that is approaching. This one already spurring blizzard warnings and winter storm warnings in the plain states. Severe weather in the deep south. And the whole cannoli is headed up into the Great Lakes region, which puts us in line to be on the receiving end of at least some impacts out of it. There's the blizzard warnings, the winter storm warnings, the severe weather in the south. What you see here in all of this yellow, that is wind, and this is going to be quite a wind-making system. We have a wind advisory here in Cuyahoga, Lake Geauga, Ashtabula, and Trumbull counties for tomorrow. That's not the only place it will be windy. All of us will be very windy tomorrow, but we kick into the technicalities of how high the peak wind gusts are expected to be, and we are anticipating the possibility of some of those wind gusts over 45 miles per hour at times. Snow mix moves in late tonight, probably more toward daybreak tomorrow, and then we'll kick it over to rain as the temperatures warm. Winds will also be picking up tonight. Now, as this whole system moves in, I mentioned the possibility of that mix before the rain, and you can see in the early overnight hours in the early morning, once this gets in here, it's all dependent upon our surface temperatures. And when I say mix, I do mean that our temperatures are likely to be in the low 30s, so it's probably going to end up being a rain-snow mix rather than any kind of a freezing rain possibility. I don't think that's an issue. But the rain-snow will quickly just go to all rain tomorrow as our temperatures begin to rise. National Design Mar hour-by-hour forecast shows you the periods of rain, the winds picking up. You can see the southeast winds sustained at 25. But when we're talking about gusts, we're talking gusts over 50 as a possibility, especially in the advisory area. Elsewhere, those wind gusts likely to be to 40 miles per hour. All right, so that's the wind maker. That's system one. Then we have the rain before the cold, and then Monday is actually the one to watch if you're a snow lover. So to put it all into perspective for you, this is the system coming through tomorrow. We'll have the rain, the wind that's associated with it. As that storm departs, the temperatures will cool. Not cold, but cool. And we're going to end up having a little bit of a rain-snow mix on Wednesday. Thursday, a little clipper system's going to try and mess with us, but I really don't think that's going to be an issue. I think it'll be clouds and maybe a little passing rain-snow mix. More importantly, that's going to give us time to see how this Friday storm is going to come together, because the Friday storm, again, coming at us from the southwest, but this one is forecast to come up over the state of Ohio. That means rain and snow or snow and or rain. I mean, we get kind of the whole thing because we're going to be right on the dividing line. If it goes east, we get snow. If it goes west, we get rain. We're still going to have very windy day altogether. And then happens to be the important stuff, right? So as that storm departs, the cold air begins to come in, and that's the big difference maker with the storms this week versus early next week, because we will have frigid air in place just as another storm system gets revved up and moves our way Monday. So that's the one that could be the snow maker for us if everything starts to come together. But we have a lot to get through before that gets here. Here's our Union Home Mortgage forecast. We'll be in the upper 40s tomorrow with the wind and the rain. We'll be back into the 30s Wednesday as that snow mix lingers, then gets out of here. Thursday, we get a break. More rain and wind on Friday. Then the cold air gets here. And you see by Sunday and Monday, our highs are only in the low 20s. Our highs stay in the upper teens and low 20s all next week. So much still to come on this one. We'll be